Hey, babies, and welcome to another episode of Diva Den. We have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Please share, share, share. Please remember to subscribe to Zakia Jamasier on YouTube to watch past episodes. Keep up with what's happening in Diva Den land. We have some very special guest co hosts tonight. We have the very beautiful Miss Imani Vanzap, who will be joining us on the show tonight. She is a teacher, counselor, author, entrepreneur, certified professional shit fixer. She will be joining us tonight. And also, our other special guest co host will be Mr. Eryc J. Snow from Atlanta, Georgia. MC, performer, pageant competitor, former Mr. Black National, former Mr. D Elegance, former Mr. Black Continental Classic, former Mr. Gay US of A, show director for 15 years and MC for 6 years at the Marquette Club in Atlanta, Georgia, and a professional wedding and event planner. So we have a fabulous show tonight. It's going to be some amazing conversations. So thank you for tuning in again. And I'm going to bring on the crew. Y'all ready for the crew? Y'all ready for the crew?
Yes.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
How is everyone? And welcome to the Den, to our guest.
Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to be
Thank
here.
you for having us.
So, Imani, I'm going to start off with you. What captivated me the most was certified professional shit fixer.
Listen, what I do.
So, explain to our viewers what is a professional shit fixer and how did you get into that?
I would say school hard knocks was what gave me my credentials. You know, in dealing with people and how they are, all of us have been in friendships, relationships, and whatnot, where things didn't go right. You know, you want things to go one way, they don't go that way. Dreams get deferred. A whole bunch of shit can happen, and I want people to be able to get past that so they can get to their best self. So a lot of what I do is a lot of mediation between people, a lot of self-fixing, resolving conflict with other people and within yourself. It's all bullshit. We can get it together, then we can really go somewhere. So I try to help people become, as I say, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So tell us a little bit about your work. You know, what are you doing? Where can we find you?
Yeah, Imani Vanzap. I made everything as simple as I possibly could. I could do hot girl 97 and all. Too many letters and numbers. I said, let me just give just basic stuff. So Imani Vanzap on everything on social media. A lot of doors have opened up. I've come onto the Instagram platform. That's where a lot of my successes, I would say, is coming from. That opened up doors to interview some of the most prominent names in LGBT and Black culture. Jensen Atwood, Doug Spearman from Noah's Ark, Coco from SWV, interviewed her just recently, and I'm so excited about this. Just had a recent interview with Nico Anand from P Valley. So a lot of doors are beginning to open up. It seems like it's taken a while because I'm excited, but a lot of people are being touched along the way just by watching conversations. So Imani Vanzap is where you find it.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Eryc, tell us a little bit about you. Tell the viewers who you are and some of your history.
Well, I've been performing and entertaining throughout the country for about 30 years. I have a family of wonderful gay children, so many to name. I've been competing in pageants for quite a long time. And professionally, I'm a certified event and wedding planner. I usually do a lot of corporate work. I've worked for Coca-Cola for 7 years. Before that, I worked at Deloitte & Touche for 15 years.
Awesome. Awesome. So you say you've been entertaining for a long time. How many years? How many years?
Oh, about 29, going on 30.
29 going on 30. And how did you get into that?
Well, this person, I'm not going to call their name, asked me to choreograph a routine. And I choreographed the routine, and they won. And then they asked me to choreograph another one. And they said, well, we need you to dance because somebody was hurt. And they said, well, it's a gay club. I was like, what? So I went. And when I saw the person that they were dancing for, the first thing they said was, I remember you used to beat me up in high school and call me a faggot. and they became my gay mother.
So who was the person you weren't gonna name that asked you to be dancing?
You.
Fun fact.
Yes, so long ago, and at that time, males couldn't perform unless you had a drag with you. So I felt that it wasn't fair, and we had to make a change. So after doing so many duets with my mother, April Snow, I was like, why don't you do part of the song and then leave and let me do it? And that's how I broke into it. And it was like, well, try doing it your own. I did MC Hammer, and it's been going on ever since.
Wow.
The good old days.
The good old days.
So you're in Atlanta too, right?
Yes. I'm from Richmond, but I moved to Atlanta. I came to Atlanta to run for Mr. Georgia in 1998. I won, and I never returned. I stayed here. I called my job in Virginia and said, I want to transfer to Atlanta. They said, when? I said, yesterday. I interviewed, got the job, and I'm still here to this day. Now,
so to both of you, Imani and Eryc, in your perspective fields, new people coming into the fields, what advice would you give to them?
Know why you're doing it, because a lot is going to happen along the way that can pull you from your passion. You know, when you start, and I'm sure Eryc can tell you too, when you're a creative person, when you have a good heart, you are one of the first targets of the industry itself. The people that are within it that see your light and want to put it out. So you got to deal with them, and then your crowd, secondarily, the people that want what you have. Sometimes they'll pull you this way and that. Everyone's going to be happy about what you do, no matter what. You got to decide why you're doing it and what your passion is, and let that be the magnet that holds you to your path, holds you to your purpose, no matter what happens. So know why you're doing it. Stick to that.
Powerful.
Now I would tell them, stay true to yourself. Know what you want to do. You're going to get a lot of advice and a lot of criticism, so you're going to have tough skin.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to have to know how to accept it. I know the generations are different, and a lot of the older veterans, they tend to go hard. And with this generation, you can't go straight and say, you can't do this and that was a mess. You have to tell them what they did, what you liked about it, and how they can improve. Because the acceptance is a lot of things. And everybody's not going to give you the best advice. So you have to know what's good for you.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah, and can I just say, Pops, Eryc Snow, for giving us a platform, because as a male competitor in pageants myself, if it wasn't for your creativity and for you opening doors for so many people like myself who want to compete in pageants, and it's very hard competing with the drag queens because it's the makeup, it's the hair, it's the outfits, and to be a male, you really have to find creativity. You have to dig deep, and so I want to thank you for opening those doors and leading the way and giving us that opportunity, because that's just really important for me. So I wanted to make sure I said thank you for that.
Absolutely, because a lot of people look at it as you're just a boy in a suit doing a song. So you have to give them something. You have to give them a gun. You have to go outside of your box and use your creativity.
Let me say, can I say this also too? I want to make sure this doesn't go without being mentioned. So you're meeting Imani Vanzap today. But Eryc is responsible for the very first time that my niece, Melody, started performing. Way back almost 3 or 4 years ago at the Marquette. That was the very first time. It was a turnabout show, and had been thinking about doing drag for years. Didn't know that I was ever going to have a reason. A TV show asked me to do it, and then the rest is history. But the first stage I performed on was the Marquette, and Eryc was hosting. I want to make sure that said that you open the door for people like me as well.
Eryc has a big heart. I always wanted to help everybody.
Huge.
Yeah, I'm hard.
Hey, Jack.
The best you can be. So every time it may not be, can't sugarcoat it because I don't have the time. I may just come at you and go, you got to fix that.
Yeah.
It's coming from a lovely place. Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything at all.
Absolutely.
Just want to shout out some of our viewers. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Imani. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Nancy. Nancy tuned in to see you tonight.
Hey, Nance.
Let me give her a shameless plug. Check out Nancy if you're looking to purchase property or need real estate needs. Check out Nancy Johnson on Facebook. Yes, yes. So I want to jump right into the conversation. Last week, we were having a very heated discussion about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ooh.
Yes, honey. And we had made some predictions about what was going to happen this week. Zena, did you tune in?
No, I didn't.
Did you
I
check the
didn't. I
Fire
didn't.
Stick? And they didn't have VH1 on the Fire Stick.
I don't know what you speak of. What are you speaking
Well, anyway, we had a heated conversation about Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse. So, who was it last week that said that they were either going to battle, be in the bottom, or they were going to have to work in a group together?
Me.
Which one did you say?
I said them two was gonna be in the bottom.
Okay. So this week they were in the bottom.
Oh boy.
And they lip sync for the life. And who you think went home? Did y'all see it?
I
want to see it, please. I want to see it.
Well, I'm not gonna share it tonight because Viacom banned that video last week. So
Really?
Yes, I'm not gonna share it tonight. And it was already out, so I don't understand. But they sent Tamisha home. Which I thought was the fool, because when I looked at the lip sync for your life, Tamisha clearly wore Miss Candy Muse out. I just feel like RuPaul like foolishness. That's what I think. So your thoughts?
What can I start?
Sure.
When I watched it. I went over Jason them house last night. I was kind of late, but I watched it and I told him, I said, I bet you any amount of money them two are going to be at the bottom. And it was a setup. It was just a complete fool to me. It was set up. Candy, her performance, she was just shaking her head. And it was just, she wasn't giving me a performance. And to me, Iman, she did give old school performance. But I liked her performance. And then the ones that they put at the top, they were the fool. They were the fool. So I'm telling you, I already knew it's about the ratings. They love when they got into it, but what they say is, okay, we can't make it so they always get into it. So we're gonna make them battle. So whoever wins, that's who we're gonna put off the show. But think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm telling you. But it's all about the ratings. I already knew that Tanisha, and then once she said what was going on with her, I understood. But I feel like when you sign up for something like that, you do have to give your all, but you have to give 10% too, because you could see it. I think I felt like even though she was restricted, she should. I think if she would have pushed herself to the limit, to the limit, I think she really would have went further to me.
Well, I also okay. I think you have to think about the struggle and recovery and not being able to walk and then coming on and getting in heels and dancing and trying to do all that. So you have to give her a little bit of grace. But at the end of the day, to me, it's lip sync for your life. So when I'm looking at who's doing the better lip sync, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely Tanisha. So.
But you have to look at it like this. It's reality television. It is about the ratings. It is about the Emmys and the Golden Globes. It's what Candy Muse makes good television. You're going to watch her foolishness each and every week.
Yeah. And like everyone was saying too, is when you're talking, when we like, especially the people that's representing here, we appreciate skill. We appreciate craft. We appreciate art and the proficiency of your gift, if you will. That doesn't make the ratings. What we like, and then I've had to really kind of stomach that myself, and it's hard. What we like is more niche, is more of a boutique preference, very couture, if you will. Whereas everybody wants to match. So if you can have somebody that's mediocre as hell, But if they're giving all the drama that will get the ratings,
Yes.
people clicking in and staying longer, that's who they're always going to find a way, in my opinion, to craft the challenges and everything around to make sure that they kind of make it. You know,
Right.
it's like being guided or bumped on both sides. So that's TV, unfortunately.
And it was great for her being on there. I mean, it gave her a great platform, and it will for sure forever be a RuPaul girl.
Yeah.
So she can travel and she'll get a lot from it.
Yeah.
So it was a great opportunity.
A lot of the lose, they get a lot of opportunity.
RuPaul wasn't when she lived here. Like she mentioned, she'd been to the Marquette. She knows she wasn't really that glamour girl. She was more of a personality. It's not a pageant. I mean, we've been to pageants and seen the person win who was the fool. You go to the first run up, you really won the pageant.
Speak, Eddie.
Television.
Or sometimes the second runner up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you're left with the bus. But it's not a pageant. It's television. It's not based on, they want you to have good fashion, but they want that personality who can create events and get an audience and keep the audience attention. They want a spokesperson with a personality, not just someone who can walk in heels with a good drag on.
Mm-hmm.
And I
they
think
a little camp and a little comedy and all of that.
And I think too, I'm glad that I knew two people. You know what I'm saying? It just made me. I was like, oh my God, like I know these people. I was excited to be like, oh my God, I know them. You know what I'm saying? I was so excited to see somebody out of the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just seemed like it just be a whole bunch of funny stuff going on. So to actually see Trinity and Tamisha up there, two people that are just the original selves or whatever, that was good because Tanisha Marsh, she just gave you raw. Like, this is me and all my splendor, take it or leave it. And I like that. And I think that's what that show kind of needed. It needed the real. But like Uncle Eryc said, it's for the ratings and stuff, but don't paint it like it's something this and it's really not. You get what I'm saying? Like how I ain't trying to be funny, how sometimes they stuff be the fool and they go along with that and think that's how it's supposed to be. It's not how it's supposed to be.
And to your point, I think a lot of that is, you know, we got to be honest. We have to look at the network that it's on. The network, we want, and I understand it, and it's true. We want representation and for people to see us and know who we are and love us. We have to look at what lens is determining that outcome. If it's not like we have a Black situation or that there is a diversity on their think tank to know, well, you need to give the Black girls a chance. You know, give them and know that this is good, that is not. Like have a really objective eye that represents who we are. We have a whole group of demographic that ain't about you. They're not thinking about you. So to them, it's checking off for affirmative action. Okay, we got our Black girl, and that's a very low bar that they give when we are represented. So we have to push and fight for more.
Yeah, you got to have that whole package. I mean, you can be great in pages. Like for instance, Jada Essence Hall. She wore clothes down. She was great.
Yeah,
she had that extra edge with that personality. She was memorable.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. So much that did it for her. It's memorable. Had a good story as well. That's the other thing too.
Yeah,
is that despite if you bring the drama or if you have the talent, what can always save you with all else, you have a good story. You may not be the best at the actual art of drag performance or just performing in general, and you might not have such a fiery personality to where you keep them coming back like for candy. But if you got a good story, I've seen them be people with a good story. Be very transparent. They can work with tears any day. They love that.
Right.
And I think Tamisha, when they do All Stars, I think that she is really gonna come back with a vengeance and show the girls and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got a taste of it. Because some people, that's like in pageants. I've seen some girls run pageants because of their name and come be the fool, and then they really look like, well, damn, I just looked a fool. But then they come back with a vengeance and they have slammed the church. giving out bus tickets left and right. You know what I'm saying? So I think when Tamisha, I think when she comes back for All Stars, I really think it's going to be totally different. I think so. And like you said, her story, you know what I'm saying? She fought a good fight, but I think if she would have gave that extra 10%,
So Bree said it was some name girls that you done seen in pageants that who was the fool. You want to name any?
Well, I'm not gonna say, oh, you're trying to get me started. Don't get me.
Look over there.
In trouble.
Look there.
No, I'm not gonna say they looked the fool. Well, no, they did look the fool. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've seen some girls come because of their name and look the fool.
You said that. You still not saying no names?
Who is it? We here now.
Elder mother doesn't want to start any trouble.
Come on, man, we right now. Well, who the name? I want to know who you're talking about. We wait.
No, I'm not gonna do that, Zakia, because some of these girls got pulls and some of these pageants I'm trying to compete in.
Oh, okay.
So Bianca Ray, who is watching, she said that old school drag is dying out.
Yeah.
Old school to me is face, body, makeup, a good lip sync, to show a total transformation. Well, I think to me, drag is being polished. When I see you supposedly in drag and you don't have any breast cups on and you got titty pasties, you don't have no body on. I think that's foolishness. I thought that impersonation, drag, the art form was the best light of being a woman, and you can be as creative in costuming as you want, but you're supposed to have those aesthetics of.
Exactly. I agree.
It's called drag. It's called drag.
There are some old school that are doing it, but you have to, like, I evolve. I go with the times. I can learn something from anybody. You just started doing it, but I may see something you doing and like it. I'm not set. Like, just like you said, your name will go to a pageant. And I've done it. I'm not gonna lie. I've gone to the pageant. And it was like, oh God, he running. But what happens is why I win is because they are so worried about it in their head, which makes them mess up. And I sell through polish.
Yeah.
You're worried about their name. Just be the best you can be.
Do what you do. And it behooves every person who's watching us right now, and whatever you're doing, do what you do. It is so easy to look at someone else's success or the way that they did something, and you can glean from people. That's cool. But some people, they're literally worried, like you said, worried about other people's greatness or how do I compare. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Do what you showed up to do with your whole heart. Everybody will be with you. That's true, and everybody wants truth. At the end of the day,
I can always win, but long you can't lose until you got to put your foot in there.
Yeah,
and you'll never be the best unless you compete against the best.
Yeah,
you heard that, Zakia? Do you hear that, Zakia? say that again, Uncle Eryc. Say that again.
You'll never be the best unless you compete against the best. And I've always told Zakia, that's my daughter. She's never worried about who's competing. She's worried about Zakia.
Zakia, I will see you at Continental Elite.
No, you're going to see me next year because I'm going to hold off on what I said I was going to do in June because I'm going to continue to be Miss Sweetheart. But I will see you next year in Norfolk since you want to try it. How about that?
Where at?
At MMI.
Yes.
So you better go ahead and win whatever it is you're trying to win this year. so that you'll be reigning. So that you'll be reigning and do it.
Look, because you know whatever I going for this year, it's going to be a month after. No, I got to see when the dates is. Oh, but guess what? That is my next one, so it doesn't matter. I will see you there.
What's interesting, San Juan? Please put that in the chat box. San Juan, something that's interesting.
Yes, hey, San Juan.
No, but I joke, Uncle Eryc, with Zakia. But what you said, you'll never be the best if you compete the best. Well, and that's why, like, whenever we go to a a national walk and stuff, I'm always at Zakia's neck because that does push me, and it's good. It's not like it's hectic competition or whatever. It's just fun, but it helps me because, like I say, I see her as somebody that I do, one of the people that I do look up when competing in pageants and stuff like that. So yes, I'm gonna make it spicy, but at the end, that's gonna when I win something that she has done, she can say, "Oh yeah, I had a little piece of that." Because it's honestly, people can say that if I'm always trying to battle you for if you did win and say if you did put it on my head the next year, you can honestly say, you know what, I helped her, and yes, I could do that. And you're supposed to give people their flowers while they're alive. So Zakia, I would like to thank you for helping me win MMI next year. I just want to thank you now.
You said happy you for winning that. Miss Kelly said, be very careful, elder mother.
Yes. Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Wait a minute now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Said that because we're all talking about is really interesting. I'm sorry. The people that we compare ourselves to a lot, that we put up on a pedestal, they have insecurity too.
Yes, absolutely.
That's one of the things that gets in our head is that they're so good, so I can't do this. Be honest. The ones that their heart is in the right place, on some level, they feel the same way you do.
Exactly.
They feel overcoming their insecurities as well. It's everyone's job. That's why it's everyone's job to show up and be the best. That's the truth. To think that somebody is good in their talent and they don't have any insecurities is the biggest lie ever.
Yes.
Trying to overcome.
Because I still, when the lights get ready to come on and the pageant get ready to start, I get nervous as hell.
It's easy to do.
You know, as many as I have won, I still get very, very nervous. So
it's so easy to, and the thing is, you're great. So it's like, as soon as we look at ourselves and say, I'm nervous. But when you really start to talk yourself off the ledge, or at least for me, it's kind of like, but why? They want me here because they want me here, not a different version of her. I'm sitting here, the more that I will tell myself that, my nerves start to come down and that confidence comes up like, oh, I'm the shit at what I can do. You know what I mean?
But when the nerves stop and you're not nervous,
then it's time.
That's true too.
It's time to stop. Because the nerves help you be the best you can be sometimes.
Nerve to me is, I will be nervous to make sure I'm giving to the people. Like the people make me nervous. Other performers don't make me so nervous. For me, at the end of the day, is what am I giving to the people? Can I live up to this moment for the people? I don't know. That's just the way that I deal with mine.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and pay some bills.
Pay the bills.
It's time to step up, prep up.
Step up, prep up.
To help keep you free from the risk of HIV.
From the makers of Truvada, there's another PrEP option, Descovy for PrEP, a once-daily prescription medicine that helps lower the chances of getting HIV through sex. It's not for everyone. Descovy for PrEP has not been studied in people assigned female at birth. Talk to your doctor to find out if it's right for you.
Step up for health and body.
Prep up for your one and only love, or many loves. For kings, this queen, and you royals in between. For my now.
Our now.
And my future. Our future.
Step up, prep up. Descovy is another way to prep. Descovy does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections, so it's important to use safer sex practices and get tested regularly. You must be HIV negative to take Descovy for PrEP, so you need to get tested for HIV immediately before and at least every 3 months while taking it. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. They may check to confirm you are still HIV negative. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. The most common side effect was diarrhea. Tell your doctor about all the medicines and supplements you take, or if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis. If you have hepatitis B, do not stop taking Descovy without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about your risk of HIV, and if Descovy for PrEP is right for you.
Words are loud, but actions are louder.
Step up,
prep up.
With Descovy for PrEP.
Get help paying for Descovy for PrEP. Learn more at stepupprepup.com.
PrEP, the pill to help prevent PrEP starts with me. Call and schedule your HIV test today.
I'm a nation about to start PrEP. Taking control of my life so that HIV doesn't control me. Get PrEP.
Black trans lives matter, and we must do everything we can to protect ourselves. Can I get a snap for PrEP?
Unsure?
No problem. If you are insured and are interested or have questions, please contact us or Kayla Finn, your PrEP coordinator, at 804-467-0480.
Get prepped AF today. We want you to remember to get prepped AF today. To schedule an appointment, call 804-716-7597. Always aim to inspire. Let's get that prep. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Everything.
Huh?
That commercial is everything.
Thank you much. So just to talk a little bit about that, I founded a nonprofit organization 5 years ago, first Black trans-led nonprofit in Virginia and in the state of Virginia. And we just opened our PrEP clinic last Thursday. So individuals who want on PrEP can call the office 804-716-7597. And you can schedule an appointment for free HIV testing, STI testing, and you can speak to Kayla Finn, who is Miss Continental Elite, who is our PrEP navigator, and she can get you on PrEP, and you're able to leave that day with your COVID for PrEP. So if you want to prep it up, get prepped today. Call us at the office 804-716-7597. Yes. Did you see yourself in the commercial, Zena?
It stopped, but PrEP starts with me. Call and schedule your HIV test today.
Yes, multifunctional.
Thank you, Luther.
Me, I love that.
So we have a question for those of us that compete in pageantry. What do you find to be your most challenging category? I guess I'll start off first. For me, it's talent. I'm always trying to figure out what I'm going to do for talent. Clothes, I love my clothes categories. Like, I love clothes, but the talent part is kind of what I always have a hard time with because I'm trying to make sure it's engaging and also make sure that I score consistently in it and also something that I enjoy and is fun for me.
I would say talent is, I'm going to have to say talent for me as well, because when it comes to talent, I'm always trying to push myself and step outside the box and elevate. And just when there's so many talents that are going on and so many male competitors, it's always trying to push the bar, find something different, but then also find something that's entertaining for the judges and the crowd. And as my mom said, that I enjoy as well, because that's important. You got to have fun at what you're doing. If you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it. You got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to have fun.
Mine would probably be formal wear. To bling or not to bling. So I usually bring two. Now, and I'll watch what everyone's putting on. If everybody's blinging, then I'm going to go to simple black, well-fitted tux.
Bree?
I'm going to say...
all the categories.
Never that. I'm gonna say presentation, because presentation sets the pace for me, and like speaking, like the speaking at the beginning, that kind of like I'd be nervous because I don't want to, because I've seen some people come out there and be looking good, and when they get on the mic, it'll just that one little niche, you know what I'm saying? I'll throw them off. And I think it's presentation for me.
Zena?
Well, I haven't had many performances in my day, but I would say that my category that I would have a hard time with would be formal wear. I, like Eryc, wouldn't know if I want to wear one dress or two because the bling would be just off the chain.
Thank you for that. Well, we can't wait to see you when you hit the stage.
You're going to let me hit the stage one day. One day you're going to let me perform.
Yes. Hey, Landis Osborne.
Hey, Landis.
From Philadelphia. Y'all check out Landis's page. He does his game Thursday at 7. They're a lot of fun.
Hey,
Sam
Landis.
and Juan said question and answer for him. That used to be one of my struggles. You remember, Daddy, when question and answer used to be my struggle? I would get all the way to the mic and then mess up, child, and lose and be mad, honey. I worked on question and answer.
But you know, it's funny that you say that your talent is what gets you, Zakia, because I think your talent, like when you do your talent performances, I'm just like in awe. Like you just make it look so flawless. And I've seen Eryc perform, and I love how his suits look on him, whether they bling or not. So, I don't know. I thought that was just interesting how each of what you all like is what I love.
Well, you low key want to turn Eryc straight.
So Zakia.
M&M's melt your mouth, not your hand.
So Zakia.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to know, what is everybody's strong category? Their strongest category.
My strongest category are question and answer and interview.
Mine would be interview and talent.
I think. Well, I know massive talent.
Dallas.
I would say for me, formal wear, because I clean up good, and so I'm a classic man. So for me, formal wear, but also like presentation, because I feel like presentation sets the pace, and I'm coming. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm coming, and so that first category, that's it. Like, yeah, I'm having fun at that point.
So, former WWE superstar Grabby Tuft. Have you seen that he was in the lately?
What happened?
So, Grabby Tuft has come out as transgender.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
And they said that this has been hidden in the shadows, afraid and fearful of what the world would think, afraid of what the family and friends and followers would say or do. She continued, I'm no longer afraid and no longer fearful, and I can now say with confidence that I love myself for who I am.
I applaud him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her.
I said her now.
Yeah. I'm always happy for people that find out, not find out, people that accept it even at an older age. I think that a lot of people would think like, oh, why even bother now? You know, that would be a fear, is that it's more popular to accept your trans truth way earlier, you know, in your teens. If you didn't do it like that, you shouldn't. So my hat goes off to those who finally get to an age where they're like, do what the hell I want to do. It'll be me. Start with that. So yeah.
And I think it's so important for the trans community too that people do find that strength and being able to live in their truth, because it's power in numbers. And the more that it's accepted, the more that the fight for because you know, some countries transgenders are killed. You're not able to perform in drag, you know, without being killed. And so for us to even have that freedom, and for the people who came before us, I mean, it's just applaud anyone for doing it, because it's strength in numbers, and it's a new world.
Absolutely.
Bree, you want to weigh on that topic, or you don't have no words for that?
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
You're waiting.
Okay. Well, while we're on the topic of trans murders, I would like to take a moment of silence for Kimmy Icon Braxton from Florida, and send my love, thoughts, and prayers to the whole Braxton family, and especially Tatiana Braxton. I know that there's a reward out. They're looking for information related to her murder. So if anybody has any information, please reach out to Dade County Police and give any information you have. I'm so tired of trans murders and them killing trans people. And like, professional shit fixer, how can we fix that? What can we do about that?
Oh, that's a heavy question. Oh, you don't put all that on me. Listen, so the way I see it, it's the first thing to do is to understand that the arc is going to be a little long. And that, I'm not saying condoning any of it, but I think that part of it is not understanding that representation and value, awareness, all of those things. There's so many different ways to realize that. I'm so happy for Pose. That helps. When we begin to humanize people who we throw away. At one time it was Black people, and then gay people, and then trans, and it's going to keep moving. We have to realize that we have to give voice to those. So it's not even so much about just marching and telling people that they're wrong, all the time. Sometimes it's just celebrating life in ways that everybody else does to normalize of trans people. So when we have art, everybody performing different shows that can come out. Let's keep pushing the voice of just like everybody else. It doesn't fix everything, but it does that humanization of people who are underprivileged. That does help.
You're right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because so many times, like, we're portrayed in such a negative manner in media, TV, and that we're always portrayed as sex workers,
right?
Less than, or dispensable.
Yeah.
So,
can I ask you a question? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Look, question. Now, what you're saying, that do you think it's wrong for? I mean, how do you feel about trans people that get these roles and stuff and portray us as a different light? Do you feel like if you were offered a role and it just made your role, it just made us look like totally something that you're against, would you still take that role, or would you say, no, I cannot do this because this is something, you know what I'm saying, that I can't put myself out there to portray this as something that this is not.
Was that for me?
I mean, for everybody.
For everybody, I'll go first and get out the way. For me, because I am an actor, I'm going to first go to as many people as I can in the community that the opportunity is being given to me for. I need to go to the community and say, what does this really look like? What is it saying? Because I can justify it based on artistic value, and I'm willing to do just about anything. But when we're talking about, like I was saying before, representation and reverberation, what are we reinforcing for people? I may need to change the path. So if it does show that person in a compromising position, what's the purpose of this production? Are we just showing this to reinforce pain and to reinforce trauma, or is there a turnaround in this? I'm all for it if we're introducing a turnaround.
And I feel it's all about acceptance. I feel like the trans community has a long way to go, but they are moving. Just like Joe Biden just named, Rachel Levine, the Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, there are steps going, and they are taking leaps and bounds.
Give voice to those in places where everyone else
to let them see.
Yes.
And that was a good question, Bree. And like Imani said, it depends on where the storyline is going.
Yeah.
But also, I know being an actor, folks also have to pay bills, and sometimes you portray roles that are not who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. And also being part of that event also gives you a platform where you can maybe talk about why you were shown in that perspective.
Exactly.
Or the fact that this is the lived experience of trans women. Yeah. And using your platform through that role to be able to create and shape change so that people won't be marginalized to have to do that work to be portrayed in that.
Absolutely.
So that's just like, I have an instance where I'm doing a training with some people next week. And some of my community partners were asking me, how was I doing that training? Because these individuals are, not LGBTQ friendly or not, trans inclusive. But this is an opportunity for me to have a seat at that table to educate them and share change. So I'm not going to miss out on the opportunity where that is going to bring funding to combat housing instability for LGBTQ people by their practices that they've had in the past. So it's at that table and talk to them, shape change so that we can create more resources, because we wouldn't have all the change that we have now if people didn't go into places where the spaces weren't safe.
Absolutely.
Able to create change. So it's double-edged on that question.
You're one of the brave ones to do that. A lot of people that are in your position to make the choice to, for those of us that I believe were chosen to end the fabric, the people that can stand in the middle, we catch a lot of heat. And so where someone else would say, well, since they're not featuring us, since they're not about our community, why should we show up? It takes a voice willing.
Yes.
That's and I think we need to give space for those voices that are willing to step to the front and say, here I am. I will be the one to explain it. I do have the emotional capacity and the intelligence and just the sheer will of heart to make change for my people. We got to give space to that and get behind those folks and stop tearing them down when they decided to sit at the table. So I thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. For 20 years, I went to tables that I wasn't accepted at. And Zena know, and the change that, I've shaped for Virginia. But to really see last year, all the laws that went into effect because of the work. The fact that we have non-discrimination policies, that DMV changed gender identities on driver's license, and that, the first bill passed. Now they're doing laws to decriminalize LGBTQ panic defense. So many different things have happened in Virginia to shape change, and these have been historical and monumental things. So it's really exciting, and people are beginning to follow suit because Virginia, being so conservative, it's like, wow, they're doing some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
In Virginia.
Yeah. Every community has exactly what it needs. I firmly believe that. Yes, we need allies, but you can't rely on your allies to really break the door down, if that makes sense. The community, we have it. And it's about us talking to each other like we're doing now. Some people are in art, some people are in business, some people are in this, some people are in that. How do we interconnect so that we can answer all the questions and show the nuance that's needed? We've got it.
Yeah.
And
you
see,
must be assertive and determined, because every door you try to open may not open for you. They're going to kick you down.
Yeah.
But you have to continue to persevere and continue to keep going through.
Amen.
And see, I used to be mad when it wasn't stuff. I mean, when laws and stuff wasn't available, when laws wasn't passed to protect us. But now I'm glad, and I'm getting an understanding that you have to crawl before you walk. So whatever little thing they're doing for us, for our community, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for that. Because we didn't have to get that. So now that I see, but the thing is, we have to, as a community, it's the LGBTQ plus, whatever else is with it. We have to come together, and we have to keep our foot on their necks. If we want to get stuff passed, and we want it so they can stop killing trans people and just get away with it, you know what I'm saying? We have to put our foot on their neck and be like, okay, look, they're killing a lot of us. We gonna spray paint your house and say stop killing trans.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing for that is it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Sometimes you got to show that, because a lot of people, what I've learned in my line of work, a lot of people don't want to be told something in real time. A lot of people don't want to be in real time. We have even individuals. It doesn't matter what your race or orientation or identity. A lot of people can't handle being corrected in real time. So sometimes you have to find other ways around it. For my art, what I do, if I hear of an issue like that, and you're saying keep your foot on their neck, let's create some type of a film or a series that shows what it looks like. I still believe that Obama became president because of the Allstate guy being the president on 24. I don't care what nobody said. I believe that them putting the Allstate guy as president on 24, it humanized Black people to the point to where when Obama got up there and really got going, now they've been humanized. They cared about him. So we got to show it even in this. Sometimes it's not about screaming over the legislative table. We need that too. But sometimes art can come behind that and reinforce what you're doing. Again, we have everything that we need. We just got to talk to each other.
And we really have to work on unity, because it's probably out there working for us, and then your own community is tearing you down. It's hard.
Yeah, because there's no community. There's no LGBTQIA plus community without unity. And so we have to find our commonalities where we come together, and we're sitting at the table now, and that's great, because hopefully it's inspiring, or it's is sparking the conversation with someone else, how we can come together. And our community is more diverse than the American community where people are at odds with race. We accept race. We are so diverse. And so we are the more powerful, and there's strength in numbers. And we have to stick together.
I don't care if you're black, white, gay, or Gentile, we're all one community.
Yeah. And you're doing it right now with the show. One of the most beautiful things about the platform you created right here, look at how much representation you have. You have everybody, transgender women, and everybody is represented here. A lot of times, I'm seeing too many times, especially with reality TV now, where I'm watching cisgender gay men fight transgender women. People are laying hands now. And so I believe that's a lot of why I'm called to this space. I have to go into these spaces and tell them, don't put that energy out there. This whole system of reality TV is not really edifying anyway. So let's not assist it by showing our men our women over here. We've got to show how we can be better than that.
Yes.
And showing how we do it, that begins to inform cisgender straight men. You can't do it either. It's a pattern. So you're doing it right now. This platform is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad we're virtual because I might have put my hands on Bree a couple times. So I'm glad that we have this.
And don't be scared to put it out there. Like Imani did a play called Dialogues, which I was happy to star in.
What'd you say here?
And we're about people coming. We sold out every night. 2 shows that just sold out. The community came and he supported.
Yeah.
So that was your work, Imani?
Yes, God.
Wow, I remember my nephew Eryc. It was more him than me.
Yeah.
That's a little joke. Yeah, it was basically there have been several productions I've done where you just show us, and Eryc was a part of all things I've done. Along the way, where for me as a creator, for my nephew as a creator, when I see a need, go create something, make something. Literally have the audacity to throw something at the wall and make everybody see what it feels like. So to create things where people can see each other, learn from each other, and celebrate each other, that's my deepest passion.
And that's the way you get comfortability, where people are comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember when Daddy, you was telling me that you were gonna be in that play.
Yes.
You was nervous. I remember.
One scene I was very nervous about because it was out of my character, but I remember I was an actor. I had to be really, really, really gay. Ballroom.
Yeah. And this gave us exactly what we need. Everybody loved you every night.
That's what's up. Do you have any footage from when Eryc was in that play? Did anybody?
Yeah, I got some. I'm going to be sharing clips. So I can give you a clip so you can see it and everything. I still got.
I would love. I'll be in Atlanta in 2 weeks, so maybe we can be there Valentine's Day weekend.
I'd love to hang out. Let's do it. Okay.
10-4.
Yeah.
I met Veronica from the Haves and Have-Nots. She came.
Yeah, Veronica from Have-Nots. Julian Walker. If everybody saw Blackbird, the star of that movie, he came. A lot happened with that production. It unfortunately some logistical things happened to where it's no more. But for the season that it was, it changed, I would say, a different part of the performance space in Atlanta. People found a new way to express themselves through art, and I was very happy to you told that there.
It took you on an emotional journey. I saw people laugh, people get mad, cry.
You felt things, and that's what I love to be a part of. Is art that makes us feel. I think that we can have. I think just to only show us as, I'm just saying this, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, only showing us as ghetto, only showing us as hood, only showing us as one way of being. I don't think it's fair because we're nuanced. That's one of the things I'm enjoying about this conversation. You talk about everything from RuPaul's Drag Race to social issues. Like, I love nuanced conversation and don't feel like anything is missed. I've enjoyed myself like I'm with friends I've known my whole life. And I think the more that we endeavor to let that be the blood beat of community, baby, ain't no telling what we can do.
Yes. I got an opportunity to do dabble in some acting too. I don't know if you hear the play Transcripts. It was by Paul Lucas.
No, I heard that. I love the title.
So friend of mine named Paul Lucas. He recently passed away.
Oh.
He interviews 75 transgender women from all over the country, all over the world, basically. And he chose 7 stories, and he put these stories together to tell the story of trans women. And one of the characters was actually me. He interviewed me, and I was like one of the characters in the play. And so he gave us the rights for my nonprofit to do it as a fundraiser. And Dallas, we did it 3 nights? We sold out every night. A lot of news coverage behind it, and it first opened up at the American Repertoire Theater in Boston. MJ Rodriguez played in it, and it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, wow. How long was that?
I want to say it was about 4 years when it opened at the American Repertoire Theater. And we did the play here in Richmond 2 years ago.
Is it still going? Or I mean, well, I know we're in a pandemic, but like, are there plans for it to still keep going?
That's the sad part. I don't know what's going to happen since he the work, but I know that it was recorded, and I'm really good friends with his husband Kendall. So I'm going to ask Kendall, like, what is the plans for it, especially
I would love to see it.
It was so educational. It was so very educational.
Wow.
While we're still on all these LGBTQ issues, President Biden did a historic memo to protect LGBTQ people globally. He did this on Thursday. Did any of y'all hear about that?
I didn't know about that. That's so beautiful.
So what he's doing is he did a memorandum expanding protections of the rights of LGBTQ people worldwide. And he said, and I quote, that all human beings should be treated with respect and dignity and should be able to live without fear, no matter who they are or whom they love. So he's directing the agencies that are working abroad to work harder to combat discrimination by governments of LGBTQ status or conduct, to include anti-LGBTQ violence and discrimination laws into annual human rights reports. Anybody who is LGBTQ asylum seekers, to offer them equal access to protection.
Yeah.
He wants to expand training for U.S. Federal personnel. He wants to increase the use of priority referrals to expedite resettlement of vulnerable people. And he instructs his agencies to consider appropriate responses, including the full range of diplomatic tools and potentially financial sanctions and visa restrictions when foreign governments are restricting the rights of LGBTQ people.
Wow,
that's really good. That's
so
like
I just gotta do this for Biden real quick, okay?
Yeah.
The driver, I'm don't be with my crew. Lower gadgets, iPods, and trio phone sidekicks and ringtones. Go hard or go home. Go home. Go hard, go home. Go home. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home.
Yes.
Yes. I'm telling you, that is so beautiful. I keep telling people when Biden was running, I'll never forget, I worried. Because I said, because the way that America works, I said, he's not as interesting as Trump. Even though Trump is a horrible person, he's not as excited. Like, Trump gave the media everything that they needed. Biden is not like that. It doesn't matter. This world needs love.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. Biden won because people were tired of feeling hate, doom, and gloom. We needed to feel something again. And he's just by him going after trans people. The man cares. I don't care what nobody say. He cares about people.
Yeah.
That's how you want it.
All that separation that Trump did was ridiculous.
Terrible.
Trump.
Well, I hope somebody will pass Biden a check with my name on it. Since he's signing everything and he's signing everything in front of him, just go ahead and somebody slip him a check for me.
You might get a $1,400 one.
I'm also you might get my check real soon.
But as when I read that and I was just thinking about foreign countries, it made me want to dig a little further to really look and see countries who criminalize people.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So when I looked, there were 72 countries in the world who criminalize LGBTQ people. 44 of them specifically use laws that criminalize women by calling them lesbianism laws. And then, believe it or not, 11 of those 72 imposed the death penalty for people. So Iran, Northern Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Brunei, they will kill you for being gay. And then 15 criminalized folks on gender identity or expression. So they have like cross-dressing, impersonation, or disguise laws.
We are.
What a privilege! What a privilege!
I'm getting ready to say that, baby. You said it. I don't think we realize
how good we got,
how blessed we are. I know we have a lot of problems, but we are a very fortunate people. We're fighting, yes, but things could be a lot worse. And I think we need to sometimes just stand in that space of just being thankful that it could be, oh Lord, it could be the law to get rid of it. It's one thing to make it the law so it'll stop, but it could be the law to actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I feel like so hopeful with Biden and Kamala in office. It gives me hope about our future, what's going to happen with us as a country.
I agree.
Hopefully we will get through the pandemic so that we can all be together again. And, I miss, my community and being with my people. So I'm really ready to go back in.
But and the things like here with the voting thing, people, because the vice president, she was a prosecutor, and people try to use that as, you know what I'm saying. But I felt like this: you do the crime, you got to do the time. Her job is to put criminals behind bars. If you don't do a crime, then she doesn't have to prosecute you.
Right.
So people were mad at her because she did her job. That was her job. If she is a nurse, if she is a doctor or a nurse, her duties are to help people, to make them well. So what is the difference from her prosecuted then? It was just crazy. But now people are sitting back trying to retract the things that they have said, because everybody got their $2,300 last week. This Monday, because it was all over Facebook and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They won't saying, "Oh, she prosecuted black people." Well, hold on, let me go buy these bundles first. No, you didn't do that, honey.
Right.
When them coins hit that account, you went straight to the beauty supply and said, "Let me get that Remy and a 1 and a 33. Oh, you know what? I just want blonde. Give me a 613. You didn't say that to Ching Lu when he was ringing you up. Yeah, Kamala, she prosecute black men to the fullest and all that stuff. Yeah, come on now. Now you see that these people really are trying to help America. It's not just one race, it's everybody. They're trying to build this economy back up, you know what I'm saying, and help us get back to when I don't think we're never going to be normal again.
Not what we were.
I think they're gonna try to get us as close as they can.
Yeah. I think that anybody that was running, anybody would have gotten slayed because of what America had become. America had, I hope this like eases up quite a bit now. America had become the country of receipts. We had dealt with deceit for so long in our administration to where you couldn't trust anybody anywhere. And everybody was having to get receipts. And that's what they were doing to her. They got Biden. Oh, he hugged people too long. Really? That's what y'all going off about? So anyone that would have even attempted the position of president and vice president was going to get sprayed no matter what. Kamala was just the one at the time, Vice President Harris at the time, that it was her time for that. But once they got past the finish line, everyone let go of all their grievances.
Yeah.
A new day had literally come. It's not going to be perfect, but now you see, oh, okay, this is what they really meant. Oh, they are people of integrity. Oh, they do tell the truth. Oh, that matters way more than what I was upset about. Where are we going? And that's what they're focused on.
And then they have to remember, as a prosecutor, she was doing her job. That was
I understand why people get mad. We and that's the thing that's unfair about. Let her do her work. I understand that we don't want to see Black incarceration. I get the problems and how systemic it is. At the end of the day, though, she has to prosecute. She can't not prosecute her own people. It's people she's prosecuting. You know, she didn't get in that chair to only prosecute white people. I think that's what people wanted. And that's how it works.
Doesn't work that way.
It just don't work that way. Just don't commit the crime. She ain't got to send you to jail. Stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
We're such a media country now. It's all about the media and what makes good news.
Yeah, exactly. We're media first before we are people.
We're like a reality show.
So I want to move to a local level, and I really want to give a shout out again. Like I said, Virginia is making a lot of changes. So I want to give a shout out to Senator Mamie Locke and Senator McLeland. They introduced Senate Bill 1138 on January the 13th. And this was the Virginia HIV criminalization modernization bill. And it passed with a vote of 21 to 17 in the House. And this is historical for Virginia. This repeals the crime of infected sexual battery as exposing transmitting HIV. It is currently classified as under the law, and it will end the crime of donating blood or body tissue while having HIV or hepatitis B. It will also stop the fact of the mandatory testing. So, you know, like when trans women or sex workers would get arrested, the court would mandate for them to get HIV testing.
Oh, wow.
This is groundbreaking for Virginia. It's groundbreaking for the country. I want to shout out my friend Deirdre Johnson. You can follow her on Facebook, Deirdre Speaks, and V. Lamnick of Equality Virginia for spearheading this bill, and Senator Locke and McClellan for taking the charge to bring it to the floor, and kudos to the Senate for passing it. So now it's going to the House, so hopefully they will pass it, and it will go into effect in July.
All right.
Hey, shout out to them. Hey, yeah, what y'all think about that? Zena, what you think about that? Because you in the field with me, so what you think about that?
It's monumental. It's long overdue. Virginia just always been behind the 8 ball. Like, it takes us forever to do stuff here. So I'm just glad to see that we're about to cross a plateau. Because I know we come from the world where we see the orders. You know, we see the orders where people have to do that. You're ordered to do something. So kudos to Virginia.
Yeah.
Also, they introduced another bill, and it passed the House and the Senate. And Virginia will be legalizing marijuana.
I was about to say
my God.
I was about to say it.
Come on, Virginia.
Let's do Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Yes, we are making changes.
I better free it. Free the weed.
We are, yes, we are making changes. I
better free that weed. Yes, God.
That's what will be like Vegas. When you go to Vegas, the big sign said marijuana is legal.
You are home. Welcome. Listen.
So our governor last year had introduced the bill, and so it went on the House floor on Friday, which was House Bill 2312. They had a vote of 55 to 42 in the House, and in the Senate, it was Senate Bill 1406, and it was 23 to 15 vote in the Senate. So the cool thing about it is now will be legal for adult recreational use. They said that retail sales will come within a couple of years, but there's already a dispensary right around the street from my new home, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And it will also give automatic, it will start an automatic expungement process for those convicted of marijuana
I was
crime.
here to ask that.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad they go back and making good on that. Like, yo, it was bullcrap when you arrested them in the first place. I'm glad they go back and correcting all that. So, yeah.
And this is going to be an important time for our community to build that relationship with those dispensaries and those businesses who are going to be profiting off of it, to make sure we have a seat at the table and some of that money and profits do get into our community. I think that would be amazing as well.
Yeah.
Well, you talking about those dispensaries, your mama trying to have a table. Now,
Yeah.
I want a table. I want a dispensary table.
Yeah.
But what I thought was super dope, Daddy, it's called the ABC, right? The Virginia Alcohol Beverage and Control Authority. So now they are changing the name to the Virginia Alcohol Beverage and Cannabis Control. So it's yes, VA. Look, it's ABCC.
ABC. Oh, that's right.
Take me to
just like the ABC. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like wondering, are they gonna look at Kayla Finn, some nations dispensary? No, that's gonna be Jamacia Puff and Pass.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing that I've seen through all this, with all the riots and the separation, is I've never seen my community talk so much about politics. They are everywhere. I mean, everyone's talking about politics.
Yeah.
So the good thing that I got from Trump being president is people are aware of politics, and so many people are out there talking politics. And when I was going to vote, I saw the thugs and all them lined up to vote. It was a great thing.
Oh yeah, we learned in 2020 how this country works, and I think that's the one thing about normal, as far as like what we were in that we missed so badly. I don't miss not knowing how my country works.
Right.
I don't miss that. And if not knowing how my country works gave me what I had, imagine what it's going to be now that I know what I can have. Once we know what we can really have, now that we know how to, we can change the chessboard. We don't like the players, we knock all the way off and vote and come together. Imagine what we have now that we know.
And for us to get out there and turn Georgia blue.
Totally purple now.
Yeah.
Is it purple or blue? What color?
We're blue. And look at 6 nominated for a Nobel Peace Award.
Okay, I'll say we blue. But that changed from like red and blue to they're now considered purple states.
Oh God.
2020 woke us up. I will ever be thankful for that.
And I think it's important too to remember that there's still both sides. There's still that other side. And for us to turn a blind side or a blind eye or ignore that side, we have to be mindful of that. We have to be careful to bring everyone into the table and remember that there's still that other side, and we have to work together. We have to come together to go forward together instead of just excluding that other side, because they still exist. And so we do have to come together.
And that's what makes us a great country. Everybody has their own voice.
Yeah.
The thing I like about up north versus down south is up north, you can tell me you don't like black people, and I'm fine with it. Down south, they smile in your face and are racist, and it just carries me.
Right.
Kia, you muted.
I said we're gonna pay some bills. How about that?
That's a vibe. Give me that. Sir!
So we are back. We are back. We are back. We're having an amazing conversation with Imani Vanzap. And my co-host in the Dean. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Good. So I'm so enjoying this.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you came on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know you've been doing some work with Chasing Atlanta and Chasing Dallas. Tell the people about that, honey.
Oh, goodness. I still believe that's where things really kicked off. So I've been doing it for a little over a year now. Reese Gamble is one of my really good friends. And
Reese.
What'd you say?
Reese.
Yeah, Reese is one of my really good friends. In the play that Eryc was speaking about earlier, he was the basically the co-director for. I directed it, and we basically just started building. After I got out of that play, trying to figure things out, all of a sudden this new entity shows up, the Imani Vanzap, and he's always been there. So basically, he wanted to kind of reinvent the way that they were doing their show and add a different element. And so he called me and said, what if we had, how it's kind of Iyanla Vanzant inspired with Imani Vanzap, what if we had you come in and kind of like read what's going on during the episodes? And he took a chance and did it. And I was scared because I said, these people, like I said, everybody don't like being corrected in real time. It could have went either way.
Yeah.
But the response immediately, everyone was there for it. They were excited about it. Started out with Chasing Dallas. Then I moved on to Chasing Atlanta. We got 1.6 million views, I think, for season 4. A lot has happened with logos shouting us out now and everything. And it's just taken on from there. So now all the other indie LGBTQ reality TV shows, now they want Auntie Imani to show up and help them out. So
you know why? Because of the aura that you give. You're very humble. You're very humble. You're a people person. So people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
they feel that. One time, I don't know why it started, but in the beginning, it was just my name. Somewhere in between Dallas and Dallas season 2 and Atlanta season 4, Auntie showed the title Auntie showed up. I don't even know where it came from. Something I said or did. I don't know where it started.
That's that Auntie personality you got.
And I'm guessing that's probably what it was. I think I just totally fell into it at some point. And then once I really fell into it, they're like, oh, that's my auntie. Next thing I knew, I was Auntie Imani.
Yes, you definitely got to be my auntie now.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll be everybody's auntie. It's good with me. I like having kids.
So look, you got to give Dallas some insight on that. He wants something for Richmond to showcase what's going on in Richmond with the Queen. So he keep talking about it. So I've been trying to encourage him and inspire him to step out.
Go ahead. Now is the time to put your city on the map. And again, we're in COVID right now. Independent entertainment is where it's at.
Exactly.
A lot of the next, in my opinion, the next set of millionaires are going to come from people that were in COVID. People that realize, oh, this is my passion. I can do something about this. You can blow up from your living room. You do not need Oprah or nobody, not shade nobody, but you don't need Oprah or nobody else to endorse you. If you work it right, you can become a star overnight. So now's the time to put your city on the map. Go for it.
I mean, T.S. Madison is a prime example. Her show is getting ready to be on WeTV starting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People are watching. They're looking. So go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid.
All right, Dallas. There's your inspiration.
There you go.
You heard it from Auntie Imani Vanzap.
People are scared to take that chance. I being one.
Don't be afraid.
To just get out there and give it a try.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people want exactly what you like. We were saying all night. People want what you have. Trust that. Trust it.
And grandson, you can't fail or succeed unless you try.
Unless you try. That's it.
So we got some upcoming events that we want to shout out. Again, I have been pushing the Bagels and Bills by Quality Virginia General Assembly updates every Monday morning at 8 p.m. These are happening January the 18th through February the 22nd of 2021. If you are interested in what's happening in the General Assembly, what bills are coming up, getting real in-depth information, please see Equality Virginia's website so that you can register for the Bagels and Bills that happens every Monday morning. I know it's early at 8 o'clock, but we have to get up so that we can be informed, know what's happening, especially when it relates to politics and things that are happening with us as a community. Make sure you check out my Peach State family, March the 21st, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. It will be Peach Day at large plus a newcomer. For more information, please see John Brooks so that you can be a part of the orchard. And this is the Passion Peach, encouraging you to become a part of Peach State. It's an amazing rain and time.
Get your
Also,
peach.
get your peach, honey. Also, it's going to be a night under the stars with the stars of the century. That's Monday, February the 15th, 2021. Showtime is 11 p.m. at the Heretic. So make sure you join myself and my sweetheart family, Gemini, Pache, British, Deja, Infinity, and Archie, along with the stars of the century. And we will be invading the place February 15th. So we had a couple of questions emailed in from viewers. So one of the viewers stated that her friend told her that she hadn't seen her mother in 5 years and haven't even met her mother. How do you respond?
That's a lot. I mean, you want that family. You want to get to know. I keep trying to find her because acceptance from your family is great. For example, how I met Zakia. Zakia was like, "Oh, I want to tell my father so bad that I'm gay." I said, "You just need to sit down and talk with her." But you know, my daughter Zakia, she's extra. So she decided to go on Jerry Springer and drag and tell her dad. All I could say was, "Well, damn."
No one way or the other.
But
yeah, no one way or the other.
It feels so good when your family is accepting of you.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Richmond to perform, my family's in the front row, right there. And I have so many gay kids that were kicked away from their family, just let them go because of their sexual preference.
Well, I must say, Daddy, I am so thankful for you because I was 16 when you became my dad, and I just turned 48. And
look at that.
It was at a time when you took me in, and we was in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was a bunch of us in that 1-bedroom apartment, and you made sure I stayed in school. You kept me encouraged. So I love you from the bottom of my heart. You know that, and I will do anything in the world to make sure that you're good because you made sure that I was good at a time when I didn't know what was going on with me and where I was going to be. So can't nobody say nothing about my Eryc Snow, honey. Nothing at all.
Yeah, walking up in the governor's
Don't do it. That's powerful. Chosen family is so powerful. And it's funny, Eryc, I know you to be an amazing person, but just watching how all of your babies are giving you love tonight is doing my heart so well. And it further proves your character and the type of person that you are and how important you are to the community as a whole and definitely in Atlanta. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up a subject, okay? I was gonna do it as a subject, but I just want to bring something to the light. I'm gonna just be transparent. So y'all know I've been in the dating thing, and so I've been online dating, and I've been chatting somebody for 4 years, right? Online. I've never video chatted them and saw their face. I've only spoken to them once. I talk to them just about every day. I was supposed to meet them this weekend, and they did not show up. So, if you were me, what would you do?
That sounds like that Tyler Perry movie with Tika Sumpter.
Which one?
Well, she was talking to the guy, but he could never get his camera to work. And her sister thought she was being catfish.
Oh,
it wasn't being catfish.
She wasn't being catfish?
No.
What happened?
He wasn't the one.
Oh, okay.
Have y'all
one thing with online dating is you can sell that. Oh
yeah.
I'm old school. I need to see your face. I need to see your eyes when you're talking, so I can know where you're coming from. Because you can say anything.
Right.
I can tell you now. I'm 6'2", 192 pounds, muscular, wavy hair, and then I bring my bald headed ass, and then you be like,
So, what do you think I did?
Let it go. You but not as much.
You said what?
You cut them out first?
But not as much.
Well, you may be seeing me on Catfish because I emailed them, and they look. I emailed them Friday night at like 2:00 in the morning, and no, Thursday night I emailed them. Friday at like 5, they called me and are very interested in my story. So I look. Kayla says she extra Eryc.
All day.
I want to know, and a lot of people ask, a lot of people ask me why did I talk to somebody for 4 years without seeing them, and so when I answer that question, a lot of times as a trans woman, when we are in the online dating scene, and Bree, I think we talked about this last week. The first thing they're ready to show you is genitalia, or secondly, they're talking about sex or whatever, and when we first started talking, we talked for like a year, and it wasn't anything about sex. It was just about me as a person, him as a person. So I got drawn in, you know what I'm saying? And so the fact of the consistency, and that it was maybe like 2 years of us talking before it even went into anything in a sexual nature, you know what I'm saying? So that intrigued me more, the conversation, more so than seeing the person. But because every time we supposed to video chat or something, and then him not showing up this weekend, it was like I need to figure out who it is. So I had Kayla checking with some people in Jacksonville because that's where this person is from.
Oh,
yeah, and I hope you on my stream watching because you always on Facebook watching me. So yeah, I do know that Catfish is probably trying to reach out to you so that I can find out who you are because I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
4 years?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
4 years, and then you ain't seen their face?
4 years. I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures, but I've never seen his face. I've never seen his face.
I need to at least see a video.
I'm getting ready to send you a picture of me. It's gonna be Boris Kojo.
Oh my goodness!
I need to see a video with you hold the newspaper up and say my name.
Yeah, newspaper with today's date, right?
Say my name, so I know you real.
But look, people so technical savvy. You can get pictures from anywhere of somebody's Facebook page, and I can see all your pictures, Eryc, and be you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Tell them do 5, 5, 3, 2, 2. Do it right now.
Oh my goodness! Well, y'all, this has been super amazing.
Yes,
Imani, thank you so much.
Thank you. This is a pleasure. I would love to come back again if you ever need me. This was
we would definitely love to have you back. And if you want to have me on your space, let me know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's talk about it. I would
love to talk about the work that we're doing in Virginia on a national platform.
Yes, let's make it happen. Let's collab. I'm with it.
10-4. And Daddy, I love you. I know you got to get lammed up. What you doing on the show tonight? You want to tell us?
What am I doing? The truth.
The truth.
This guy named Ply sung it. Okay. He already covered it.
Okay. And I am landing in your city at 11:45 next Sunday.
Nope, you going to the Philly?
Yes, I really got to meet you.
You said what, Daddy?
You going to the Philly?
To the what?
Going to Philly?
What is that?
Pennsylvania.
What's in Philadelphia?
Oh, I thought you said Landis.
No, I said I'm going to be landing in your city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if everybody could just leave some parting words for our viewers, that would be amazing. Whoever want to jump in first.
Well, I just want to say before I get out of here, we appreciate your support, and this is what we need in our community. We need conversation. Once the conversation starts, acceptance and comfortability starts, and that's what we need so we can unify. And I appreciate all of you.
I agree. I agree with Eryc so much. With that conversation, when you're having them, the other thing that I would suggest is allow people to grow. Allow people to be wrong so that they can learn. A lot of times we want people to listen, but we don't want to teach. And teaching requires patience. So as we're building relationships, let love give us patience so that they really come together the right way.
Well, I'm just go ahead and put it up, Zakia, because I know you're gonna put it up. Go ahead. Go ahead and put it up. I know you're gonna put it up. I knew you was gonna do it anyway.
You say it for me one time.
Huh?
Say it for me one time.
Elder mother has left the building. No, all I'm gonna say is just with the things that's going on in the world today, just stay alert.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. It's been a great show. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Imani, for coming and giving this insight to us. Eryc, thank you so much for, again, what you've done for male entertainers in our community. Just continue to bridge the gap. Anytime you have an opportunity to connect with someone, don't be afraid to listen to that other side, because in that, you also educate yourself. And the way that we can get through this is to educate and eradicate the hate. So all love.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Diva Den friends.
Call and get your appointment for Prep AF.
Prep starts with me. Call to get your HIV test done Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Nations Foundation.
So I want to thank yes. I want to thank all of the viewers for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining us each week. Again, Imani, thank you so much for your perspective and joining us tonight. I wish you many blessings and much success in your career, and I look forward to seeing what's to come. Daddy, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for joining us. I know you was a little reluctant when I asked, but I'm so glad that you joined us in the end.
I enjoyed it.
So just everybody, I want you to remember to love one another. Be safe, wash your hands, social distance, and remember to wrap it up. And if you're not on prep, then call us so that you can get on prep. And so we're going to leave with a little laughter.
Fairy godmother, you're real? Oh, hey, baby. How you doing? Oh, you so cute. What can I do for you, baby? Oh my goodness, can I have a new princess castle? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm on a budget. I can't even do that. I can't even do that. Like my new wings and like my new little shoes that they bad, ain't they? However, I do got a gift for you. Hang tight, baby doll. I got some change for you, baby. Here you go, baby. Here you go. Well, I guess I can go buy me some candy. Candy is always fun. Absolutely. Yes, you can. The other fairies don't do it like me, honey. If they asked.